This the changing of the guard. These lines, they up the par. These invisible scars, blood stains on boulevards. Don't believe in stars, the industry is a farce. Shit is marked, paint your art while you chasing the chart. Composition dwindling, my ink draws the pendulum. Time is of the essence.
Welcome back to Decorating Time. I'm Cash Flow. This is track number 2 at Slow Grind. Thanks for listening to the album. If you already listened to the album, if you haven't listened to the album, I highly suggest you go check it out, man. It's a dope body of work that I am proud of. But like I said, we breaking down the lines track by track and kind of getting into the thought process behind everything I was thinking about and making these verses and just kind of tying in some of the interviews and spoken word I have on the hook. So like for me, man, this slow grind embodies like everything that I'm about, everything that kind of in real life before rap intertwined as well. It's just kind of like, hey man, everything that I've ever gotten in terms of working has been through just time. You know what I mean? Sometimes things have come quick, but more often than not, it takes patience. It takes a whole lot of sacrifice to get to the point of being able to call yourself a success in your own mind. And kind of like the first couple lines in here, man, I'm just kind of really talking about the art of this music thing, how the composition is dwindling, just a little few small things in this independent scene that I've witnessed in terms of just really, how people really act funny style for what they can do to better themselves. It's no different than the corporate world or kind of what I come from in the military. Like, to a certain degree, people take care of you, but I mean, it is a dog-eat-dog world sometimes out there, and that's kind of what it is, man. I'm trying to change the guard, man, because I really don't have nothing to gain by using people in real life rap or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of what this first thing is right here. Is just, not just rapping, but still I'm in the foreigns. I always had to hustle, but when I got the Lauren, one of my mans asked me what that meant. It's just like, behind every good man is a good woman. So that's kind of what I was talking about. I always had the hustle. I always had the willing to go out there and get it. But sometimes when you have a good woman, it kind of senses you. The next line for me is one of the things that is like talking brevity, when mentioning legacy, increasing value whenever they stand next to me. Like I'm working for right now. I'm working for whatever it is to come for me, and it's just because I like to work hard. It's not about me relishing in the moment of whatever is happening or whatever good part, success part, or even relishing in the bad. You know what I mean? It's just like moving on to move on. So the legacy is being built. You can't stop and really smell the flowers all the time to really know what you're building as far as your legacy, and that's kind of gonna be really up to you. On the hook, I got Dame Dash. I thought it was important to have him on there in terms of just kind of the things he talks about as far as business-wise. Everybody may feel how they feel about Dame, but I think like his go-get-it attitude with Rockefeller Records. If y'all didn't know, I'm a huge fan of Rockefeller Records, but I think the way he went after it for his artists and really didn't take no shit from the industry execs and really fought for his team, I think that was something, there was beauty in that, man, and I think everybody that kind of knows about the Rockefeller days feels like that, And then I kind of end off the first verse with my sweat equity is never in jeopardy. So you get what you see with me, man. I'm always gonna work hard, and I'm always gonna push through. And that's kind of where I feel like I shine. You know what I mean? I keep going when other people quit, and that's where it is at. And the people that rock with me because of that. Because I'm knowledgeable, because I know what I'm doing, and because I move with grace, in my opinion. That second verse, man, survivor's remorse, questioning happiness, pushing myself to the max with this, moving through the labyrinth, highs and lows with all the flashiness, my progress is just staggering. At that point, I'm just talking shit. I'm rapping right there. You know what I mean? It's just, you sometimes you do sit back and you be like, damn, I'm really doing it. I'm moving. Everything's paying off. The behind the scenes work on what you're doing on your day job or what you're doing in the music is really resonating. Shout out to one cat on Twitter, Scott. He posted the music every single day with myself and a lot of other rappers on there, and I think that's really dope because those little things, those small gestures. If somebody asks me for cover art, if somebody asks me my opinion on something, or if even with my podcast, if somebody wants to come on my podcast, knowing full well, what it could possibly do for them. Not the biggest podcast, but not the smallest either. But I think that those type of things really, really get me to the point to where I love this. I love this thing, man. I love the progress I'm making in both spaces as far as musically. So that's kind of where it is, man. And then the latter half is really just kind of seeing the game for what it is. Why dudes do certain things that they do. The watching chain and the old debate that everybody goes for in this game. All the young guys, we all, when I was younger, of course, I wanted that. I never was super flashy, but yeah, man, I like nice things just like the next man. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I was going with that. And one of the lines that stick out to me is, if it costs you your piece, it's too expensive. How much more than a rapper? Just pay attention. Niggas questioning numbers like statisticians, and at the end of the day, they'll never listen. And that's really me blocking out the noise with anything online. I mean, that's that slow grind, man. Like I said, track number 2, I'm embracing, just loving what I do, man, and putting out the best possible music I can put out. Not rushing myself to put out music, and it's gonna come out how it comes out. And I truly don't care who's dropping what, how many people like that. There's not a goal of mine to drop X amount of projects in a year. I go off my feeling in life and how that's treating me. If life is treating me good and I got a lot of things to say, I'm gonna say it. If I don't, I won't. Because I don't want to waste your time, just like I don't want other people to waste my time with feeling like they gotta give me content in terms of the music after music after music. Like, I like to take my time and build it up and do what I gotta do. And that way, when I do roll things out, when I do rap about it, when I do talk about my music, it comes from a sincere place, from a passionate place, not necessarily a need to. I don't want my music to ever be disposable. With that said, Cash Flow, this is that slow grind. Go check out Decorating Time. It's an awesome album. Trust me. We'll be back soon. Track number 3, All In, featuring my man T Hunt. That's one of them bangers. So y'all stick around and tap in to the music. Peace.